In a world filled with idols, where nations walked in pride, and men forgot the voice of God, one man would be called out of the darkness. In the land of Ur lived a man named Abram, a man who did not yet know that his faith would change history forever. Then the voice of God came to Abram, calling him into the unknown. Leave your country, your people, and your father's house, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and through you, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. And Abram obeyed the voice of God. He walked away from everything familiar to follow the unseen. The journey was long, the road uncertain, but faith moved him forward. At last, Abram arrived in the land of Canaan, the land God had promised him. And the Lord appeared to Abram, saying, "To your descendants, I will give this land." And Abram built an altar there to worship the Lord. And Abram continued through the land, walking by faith, step by step. But then, famine struck the land, and survival became uncertain. So Abram journeyed down into Egypt to escape the famine, but Abram became afraid. For Sarai was very beautiful. "Say you are my sister, so that I may be spared." And they entered Egypt, a land of great power and wealth. And the princes of Pharaoh saw Sarai, and spoke of her beauty. And Sarai was taken into Pharaoh's house, but the Lord struck Pharaoh's house with great plagues. For Sarai's sake. "What have you done to me? Why did you not tell me she was your wife?" So Pharaoh sent Abram away. But the promise of God still remained. For Abram was not chosen because he was perfect, but because he believed God, and through that faith, history would never be the same. He left his homeland. He walked into the unknown. He followed a voice no one else could hear. And now, the man called Abram stood between promise and uncertainty. The years had passed, but the promise still seemed far away. No child, only silence beneath the stars, but the God who speaks never forgets his promises. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, and your exceedingly great reward." But Abram answered, "Lord God, what can you give me, since I remain childless?" The promise of descendants seemed impossible, for Abram's house remained empty. "A servant born in my house will become my heir." But God had another plan. "This man shall not be your heir, but one who comes from your own body shall inherit the promise." Then God brought Abram outside, and said, "Look now toward heaven, count the stars, if you are able, so shall your descendants be." And Abram believed the Lord, and it was counted to him as righteousness. Then God spoke again, "To your descendants I will give this land." But Abram asked, "Lord God, how shall I know that I will inherit it?" And God commanded Abram to prepare a covenant sacrifice. The day passed, and Abram waited. As the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and great darkness surrounded him. Then God revealed the future, that Abram's descendants would become strangers in a foreign land. But God promised that he would deliver them with great power. And behold, a smoking fire pot and a blazing torch passed between the pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram. "To your descendants I have given this land, from river to river." Promise was sealed. Faith is trusting God, even when you cannot yet see the promise. Abram stood beneath the stars with empty hands, but a heart willing to believe. He did not have the child God promised. He did not yet possess the land. And still, he chose faith over fear. There will be moments when life feels uncertain, when prayers seem unanswered, and when the future appears impossible. We must learn to trust the God who sees beyond what we can see. For faith is not believing because everything is visible. Faith is believing because God has spoken. And sometimes, the greatest miracles begin in seasons of waiting. So when doubt comes, look at the stars, remember the God who keeps his promises, and know that what he has spoken over your life, he is faithful to fulfill.